Okay, I regrouped and I'm back, and this is the lab I'm actually going to save. So I'm making this cabbage roll, cabbage roll, beef cabbage roll. And so far I have meat and cabbage in a pan here. I took some out and I decided to create a smaller dish. This is for Eddie. He doesn't do like sugar, so I figured I needed to take some out of the pan because I ran out of room. So I decided to make Eddie his separate pan over here without any sugar. So I have ground beef with onion and garlic, and beef with onion and garlic, and then salt and pepper, and then the cabbage, and I'm going to continue cooking it so that it gets like softer and like more cooked, obviously. And then, let's see, what else? I think that's it for his. Oh, and then I just need to add a little beef broth into his. And then, I have a little more room in this pan over here now. So, hey Shelly, I don't know if you watched my live that I ended. I just was like a disaster. The cabbage was not cooperating, and I did not know, you did not tell me that cabbage is like overwhelming. There's just so much going on with it. Like, it's huge, and then I don't know, but it's like working now. It's like starting to shrink, and I'm feeling better. I still don't have like a ton of room in the pan, and this is the biggest pan that I have. I took some out for Eddie's pan, which is like over here. This is the dish that I made for him without the sugar. But I'm just doing the best that I can. I want to add more cabbage because there's like more beef to cabbage, and I actually have some cabbage left over here. But I'm kind of intimidated because it's just like, it just doesn't, it's so random. Like, it's not soft, it's like hard. I just was not expecting the cabbage. I've never dealt with cabbage, and I wasn't expecting it to act that way. But hopefully it'll shrink like the other stuff did. I got confident to add it in there because I wanted more cabbage than beef. And so I'm just going to let this hopefully soften and cook like the other one. And meanwhile, I'm going to add some of the beef broth to Eddie's, and then I'll have to warm it up later because on the burner, because this is the only burner that works. But while I let that cook, I'm going to add a little bit of the beef broth. Again, I'm doing everything just to like taste, because the video I watched didn't really give me any instructions. I'm really happy though that the cabbage like shrank up like it did. I was feeling really like intimidated when it was all big and bulky in there. I'm just going to stir Eddie's around a little bit, mix that beef broth in. But yeah, like the center is like so hard, and I don't know. Alright, so I'll cook Eddie's later. I'm getting eager to finish this and taste it. I'm going to take advantage of this time to taste the meat to see if I need to add any more salt and pepper to it. It tastes pretty good. It could be because I'm really hungry. I'm going to add just a little more salt though. And even more to Eddie's, because I don't want to hear him say that it's bland. Every time I have him taste something, he's been telling me that it's bland. I don't know, could be him, but he's really nice about it. He's like, do you want my true opinion? I'm like, yeah. And he feels bad, and it takes him forever to get it out, and then he's like, it just is kind of tasteless, like really bland. But, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. But, sometimes I think that it's bland, like the enchiladas were a little bland, and I can't remember why. Something with the sauce. Like, I didn't let the tortillas soak long enough in the sauce, and like, they were kind of drier than normal. But some stuff I'm like, what? How was that bland? Especially like some of the spicier stuff that I've made. hopefully this recipe like knocks his socks off, and hopefully it's not too salty or too cabbagey. I can't believe this has actually been one of the harder recipes that I've done, and I thought it was going to be so easy. It's just like messy and outrageous. Feels like it's taking forever. And again, this is like one of the first lives I've done that I've been in like a huge hurry. So that might have something to do with it. I basically have like a lot of chores I need to take care of before I go out of town tomorrow. And I have a lot of work to do for the hot chocolate, the party bus, the masks. I've been selling paper masks, disposable masks, the hot dogs, the cotton candy. Just have a lot going on, really. A lot of different hustles going on at the same time. So like, it seems like I switch my car every other day, and I'll have all my like cotton candy stuff in there, and then the next day I take all the cotton candy stuff out because I need to do masks, go set up, sell some masks, or take some masks to somebody, or like deliver some masks to people. And then the very next day, I'm like taking all the mask stuff out so that I can put hot chocolate stuff in. And then the next day, I'm driving a party bus. And then the next day, so I'm just like kind of all over. Everything's everywhere. And it's very disorganized. Alright, so I'm done complaining. I'm going to go ahead and add the diced tomatoes. I was looking forward to this part because I really love tomatoes. I do really love the taste of cabbage. I just don't like how it acts. It does not act right. And I got the tomatoes with Italian style with basil, garlic, and oregano. So hopefully that adds some flavor. And I don't know, like Facebook is being kind of weird. Like I can't see if I have any viewers. I don't know, it's just like the vibe is like really off tonight. I like didn't put any music on because I just wanted to see if I could just kind of power through this. Now I wish I had. So just bear with me tonight. This better be like bomb, bomb, bomb. Like some bomb, bomb cabbage rolls. I really need to invest in a larger pan. I feel like I need like a wok or something. Because this is, I think that's what's causing like so much trouble. It's just the fact that I don't have enough room to stir. And I'm going to try this cabbage and see if it's like still hard. That's good though. Oh my gosh, that tastes so good. I get it. It's good. Okay. I'm going to add more tomato sauce. Might as well. And like when I watched the video on how to make this that my mom shared on her Facebook, like I understood the vision, but now that I'm actually doing it, I'm like feeling just kind of lost in it. To me, this is like a really wild dish. Like, and I don't know why. I think it's the cabbage. Or maybe I have like too much meat. Like maybe I should have got less meat, but you know, like since I'm still learning, and I was trying to make some for Eddie so he could taste it, because like we were talking about it and he said it sounded really good. I told him I would make some so he could have some for lunch tomorrow and da da da. So like I bought more than I thought the video showed. Like, you know, I was like, I better get the most amount of meat that I can buy, and I better get the most 2 cabbages, and even though they used 1, but like I think it could have messed me up a little bit. And I still feel like I don't have enough cabbage in here, but I don't know what to do about it because the pan is so small. I'm gonna try to see if I can add just like a little more cabbage, and then after that we'll add the beef broth and brown sugar, and then hopefully it'll be done cooking and we can taste it. Okay, and hopefully this doesn't give me issues like it did before. So let me chop up this intimidating cabbage. I'm going to use like half and see if I can somehow get it to fit in the pan. Okay. Alright, I'm going to set this over here. Yeah, like, it just seems like this cabbage doesn't want to act right. Is that normal for cabbage? Okay. So hopefully I can add it to our pan. Take you guys with me here. There's the pan. Okay. I mean, like, the little video that I watched only used one, and so far I've got like 1.5 in here. But it just looked like they had more cabbage, so maybe they cut theirs differently, or maybe, I think it, again, it could be because I used too much meat. So I think I'm going to have some of this cabbage beef roll meal for, like, probably at least, like, 6 days, like almost a full week, because I think this is making a lot right now. Definitely making a mess, and I definitely need a larger pan. But you know, like if I was like a professional cook or experienced at all, like if I've been like if I had a family and I've been cooking for a long time for them or something, I'd be like really embarrassed right now because I feel like I'm just making a mess and not understanding what's going on with this recipe and stuff. But since I'm still new, I feel like I get like a pass. Like, I'm just being real and transparent with you. Like, this is, I guess, like, welcome to learning how to cook, because it's not always going to be rainbows and butterflies. Trust me. I can definitely agree with that, because I've definitely had my fair share of like grease fires and like even like microwaving. Like one time I put popcorn in the microwave at work. I was working at the salon, and like I went to the restroom. Oh, I just like threw it in the microwave and I just pushed whatever, like 3 minutes. Like I didn't really realize that there's like instructions and you should probably follow them carefully. I just pushed like whatever, and then I like went to the restroom, and then like when I came out, the microwave was seriously like on fire, and I had to evacuate everybody. There was only like one person in there, but yeah, I had to like take the microwave outside, and so now I'm very careful when I microwave pop. Actually, I haven't microwaved popcorn since that happened because it kind of scared me. It was like a bag of popcorn, and apparently you can't cook it for longer than like 3 minutes, otherwise it'll like catch fire inside the microwave. So yeah, you know, like cooking, whether it's cabbage, beef, roll, casserole, or whatever this is, or even just like cooking something simple in the microwave, you know, like I think it's kind of like trial and error, like you live, you learn. And here we are, living our best life. So, I don't know why Facebook's being so weird. I can't see like anything. I can't see viewers. I can see comments. I see Shelly and Brian. No, Brad. So, alright, let's go ahead and add the, if I could get it to fit, the beef broth in here, and then brown sugar, and then we'll let it cook just a little bit longer. And I'm going to zoom in so you can see and switch the lighting a little bit, what it's looking like. I didn't want to earlier because it was looking like a mess. Kind of like this camera stand. All right. Put a little more light on the subject here. There we have it. Okay, I don't know where this is gonna fit, so I'm just gonna like, there. And brown sugar. I was actually excited for the brown sugar part because I kind of like the idea of like the tomato and then like the sweetness of the brown sugar. And it's not like normal sugar, it's like brown, you know, so it's, and again, I have no clue how much, so I'm just living my best life with this one. And there we go. So it's kind of like, almost like a stew at this point. And I know how to stir, but it's so full, and I don't want to waste. I don't want it to all come out, so I'm just going to try to let that beef broth and brown sugar kind of marinate and cook a little bit, and meanwhile I'm going to try this piece of cabbage, see what the flavor is tasting like. It's still really hard. It's really sweet, but it tastes really good. Really, really good, actually. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so good. Oh, I can't wait. And I actually don't mind that it's hard. I don't know if it's supposed to be soft or hard. I envisioned that it was going to be like really, really soft cabbage, but I kind of like the texture of the piece I just tried. And I wish that I had like a lid to put over this to kind of let it, I think it's called stew or steep, or I don't know, I'm still learning my vocabulary with cooking. Cook. I think that it needs to like just kind of like cook a little bit more with the lid on it. Alright, let me try this piece. Oh my gosh, this is so good. Oh man, I cannot wait to eat this. So I'm just going to leave it alone, let it cook, and do a little cleanup, and get like a bowl and a fork ready. This is what Eddie's looks like, that's like uncooked, and this is what the cooked version looks like. And I'm going to turn it up just like a little more. And let me grab a bowl. I have a little extra sauce, so I'm just going to pour it in here. I don't want to waste. Might as well. It's already overflowing. I mean, what's the worst that can happen, right? Okay. Oh, wait. I also have like a bunch of tomatoes left. I'm going to put some in Eddie's. And then a little more. And then the rest in Eddie's. Okay. And I have a lot of like cabbage left over here. So, from the one I had cut. So I'm going to put that into Eddie's down here. Wow, this really makes a lot, and it was $25, so I got like two, I think it's called like 2 heads of cabbage, and 4 cans of tomatoes, 3 pounds of ground beef, which I don't think I needed that much ground beef, and let me adjust this. And what else? I had the brown sugar already. I cheated and I got like onions that were already cut because I'm like trying to speed this whole thing up. I'm looking for the lid. And what else did I get? I got, I think that was it. So it really didn't call for like a lot of ingredients. It was like cabbage, ground beef, salt, pepper, brown sugar, and tomatoes. So super easy like shopping, but kind of challenging if you don't have a big pan or a good camera stand if you're trying to do it live. I'm going to try one more time to back this thing up a little bit. Alright, should be better and zoom back out. I think that was my issue. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's cooking now. Now that I got the camera adjusted, I'm going to switch it over to the food. While I clean up, you can see it's like really cooking. I'm scared to stir it because it's so full. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't know. Oh shoot. Next time if I make this, I'm not going to use too much ground beef. Period. I have to clean these electric stoves frequently because I don't want it to burn onto the stovetop. And I'm going to have to clean that little piece off real quick. I cannot wait to get to a house that does not have this type of electric stove. Okay. Get more napkins. Just cleaning up my mess. I read somewhere that a good cook always cleans up as they go. Alright, and look at me. Such a great cook, right? Alright. I'm gonna just make myself a bowl and eat it the way that it is, just to eliminate all of that's in there. So here we go. Don't judge, I'm super hungry. And I want to make room, and whatever I don't eat, I could eat in a little while. Okay, here we are. Here we have it. Let me just get this stirred and like a little more under control. And then I will taste this dish and end this live and get going on all of my tasks at hand. And clean up this huge mess. So it's like a little more manageable there. And again, this is Eddie's that I have not cooked yet. This is what it looks like before it's all condensed and cooked. So let me grab a fork. Thank you for bearing with me with this camera issue I'm having. And lighting and everything else. Let me grab this fork over here. And give this a shot. Wish me luck. Keep your fingers crossed. I don't like croak. Okay, let me get a little bit of everything. Cabbage, tomatoes, meat. Okay, here we go. I don't want to burn myself. The flavor is incredible. Like, really good. But the cabbage is like really hard. And I don't know if that's normal or not. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, but I kind of seems like it needs to be a little softer. Let me try one more bite. So some of it is soft, and I don't remember my mom making anything like this ever growing up. It's like not really her style, but she did share it on her Facebook, and I don't know if she ever like made it or not, but not when I was like growing up. It's not something she made ever. But it is really good, and I'm really glad she shared the recipe to her Facebook, because I'm really enjoying it. Even though some of the cabbage is hard, I'll make sure I let this batch cook a little longer. Thanks for bearing with me tonight. I hope you stay tuned and continue to watch my cooking lives, and know that not all of them will be a disaster. I know it could be worse, but I definitely know that this live could have been better. I plan to get like a better camera stand, because it definitely has like giving me issues. Like I feel like it's like all up in my forehead right now, and it's probably really annoying to watch. So continue to bear with me, continue to watch these recipes. Hopefully somebody makes this or has made it before and shares their experience with it, because mine was a little chaotic. So have a great week, and enjoy the rest of your night. I think it's almost midnight. Good night.